So here's the path I see now. It's not a great one, but it is a path. We need Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, without Pennsylvania, the race is over. Without Pennsylvania, the race is over. Now, we need Pennsylvania and something. I'm going to give you the and something in a minute, but let's for a minute throw our horse blinders on and let's focus on Pennsylvania, because if we lose Pennsylvania, there is no mathematical chance of victory at all. President Trump at this point is up pretty handily in Pennsylvania. He's up by about 600,000 votes. There are over 1 million votes left to count in Pennsylvania. A lot of them are from heavily Democratic areas. Those votes need to break about 65% plus in Biden's favor for Biden to win. That's possible, and I don't want to say unlikely, but maybe unlikely, hedging unlikely. Pennsylvania, I would still rather be Trump than I'd rather be Biden. The Democrats understand that it's all about Pennsylvania, because if Pennsylvania, now Trump needs Pennsylvania and something. Biden wins Pennsylvania, all avenues are done. Even CNN has recognized this fact, saying that Biden's in a little bit of trouble in Pennsylvania. So here's John King last night acknowledging that, hey, listen, this doesn't look great for Biden and PA. So we'll see what happens, but check this out.
The math is pretty steep. And so here's what's interesting. We need to watch and we need to be transparent. If they have 1.4 million left and the president's up by 673,000 votes and change, Joe Biden's going to have to win ballpark 75% of these votes. Now, right now, he's not doing that statewide, but these are mail-in votes. These are mail-in votes, and we do know that he was disproportionately winning. Democrats were disproportionately winning the mail-in vote. The question is, can he win it somewhere in the ballpark of 75%? We say 1.4 million. It's a rough number because we're getting the numbers from county to county. But if it's in this ballpark, and that's the president's lead right now, Joe Biden's going to have to win somewhere in the area close to 75% of those ballots to catch up. Can he do that? We're going to have to see and count. That's a steep hill.
That's, even though it's CNN, that's sound analysis by John King. He's not wrong. Biden's got a steep hill to climb in Pennsylvania. So you should probably be saying right now, Dan, that's great news. We look great in Pennsylvania. Good in Pennsylvania. I want to say great. The hyperbole is not going to help us right now. It is good news. The problem is we need Pennsylvania and something else. Assuming President Trump pulls out Georgia and North Carolina, which look likely. If we do win Pennsylvania, we still have Michigan, Wisconsin, and Nevada outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you the bad news, good news again. We need Pennsylvania and one of those. Michigan and Wisconsin right now don't look promising. That's assuming that there's not heavy voter fraud either. Why? A lot of the outstanding votes are from counties that won heavily for Hillary Clinton in Michigan, and double whammy, a lot of those outstanding votes are still mail-in ballots, which skew pretty heavily Democratic. Wisconsin and Michigan are close. I'm not throwing in the towel on either one. The president could still pull it out. We don't know what's going to happen in Wayne County. But it's tough. And I'd be lying to you if I said otherwise. Now, you may say, Dan, that sounds apocalyptic. Well, it's not yet, because even if President Trump wins Pennsylvania and loses Michigan and Wisconsin, there is still another pathway for the president. That pathway is Nevada. Listen, this is no time for, hey, look at me, I told you this. But I did tell you to keep your eyes on Nevada, only because I have family there. And my family was telling me that Nevada is competitive, even though pretty much no one else was saying that. And I had told you multiple times to keep your eyeballs on Nevada and Virginia, which was competitive up till late in the night. Folks, a lot of the younger workers out in Nevada are terrified the casinos are going to close down if Joe Biden gets in office and institutes a national lockdown. There was a revolt in Nevada. Nevada right now, President Trump is within 8,000 votes with 75% of the vote counted roughly, meaning a quarter of the vote is still outstanding. The good news is a lot of that vote is from around the state and not necessarily the Democrat-leaning areas. He has to make up about 8,000 votes. So I gave you the bad news first. Michigan and Wisconsin don't look good, but they're not unwinnable. The good news is Pennsylvania looks okay, looks good. And Nevada looks 50-50. If he wins Pennsylvania, President Trump in Nevada, the race is over.
You just heard Dan Bongino.